Wow, my controller has battery. Oh. Sorry.
Danganronpa.
Alright, let's just finish this trial. Pack it up. I might just stop playing Danganronpa for today once we're done here.
Hello. I'm trying to force. My heart. I might as well have a lick. Yeehaw! And just like
I gotta try to fix this. Also, I have a mic to set up.
Expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just press on ahead. Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
Just get right back into it.
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekumaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can. Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Akane! You were drooling waterfalls? Anyway, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
It bonked his noodle.
I see!
That's it? I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
That would explain why the pillar fell. Maybe.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That, I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't
What's up,
know the
Jalen?
method.
How's your Christmas?
Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Saying he died from falling
What kind
is
of cool gifts
truly
did you get?
incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
But my gut is
Exquisite.
going crazy right now.
One might say it's divine.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Mekamaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on, did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside, the other door won't open.
Ah, but it's a good night mode.
Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
I'll try the good night button. I think this one might be clear cut.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim.
Then, how about after locking Mekamaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on, did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside.
No,
Okay,
that's
okay.
wrong!
That was an easy one.
That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from, yes?
That's what I was about to explain, before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
Oh, I know this one. Alright, it's all coming together now. It's either the broken doorknob or the wire.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is...
The hammer is suspicious. Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Yeah.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence, pest!
Don't. What if I start to enjoy it?
Okay.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement.
That arrangement...
The hammer is suspicious. Isn't it about time?
What about the oil on the
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Crap!
Alright, let me try the wire. Because I don't know if the wire was connected to the doorknob.
You can cause the drop within the...
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement.
That arrangement is...
The hammer is suspicious. Isn't it about time we went over the...
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
There it is.
I agree with that!
Hang on, I got a phone call.
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair! That's right. He was suspended in midair. Huh? The killer tied up Mekamaru with the wire while he was in sleep
This is a good sign. I feel like my brain juices are working.
Tied the tip of the wire
I think
into
what
a
had
knot
happened
and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor.
a couple days ago was because I was still playing before the trial.
With that, they moved the
So,
elevator from the 4th floor to the
I
first floor
probably
of
just
Great
fried
Tower.
my brain. That's why I was having such a hard time. That was a tough puzzle.
And suspended Mekamaru in midair.
But I mean, so
That's
far so
right!
good.
He was so well hung! Kinda like...
You better not finish that.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
Alright, here we go.
So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that.
Why?
If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
The doorknob broke.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
What? It just stopped working?
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from... How would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him. There's no way they could do that.
Like, why isn't it?
Even if they suspended Nekomaru, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him. There's no way they could do that.
I can't back down!
This is so weird. I've never seen this mechanic before.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
That was stupid. Got too jumpy.
Crap!
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that. Now's the But in that case, you still won't be able to explain moving the elevator with it's just impossible. End of story. What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do... Now's the... But in that case, you still won't be able to explain... Moving the elevator with is just impossible. End of story.
Alright, hang on. I got some developments in my Nintendo account. I'll be sending you a password reset. This is just for verification. Anyone have to actually change it. Do please open the email, look for the inquiry code. Alright, so if I'm not right here, then I think I know what it is. I think it's the radio clock.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Allow me to cut through those words! What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why,
Kazuichi totally did it, man. Not looking too good at all.
if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that
This is so messed up.
unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig. Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so!
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey! Why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy, he gets off on this.
I've lost another
So
favorite
thanks to
character.
that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still
There's another
hanging
one.
upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
I see.
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. 'Cause even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know!
Oh god. Maybe the wall clocks were wrong?
We headed for Grape Tower before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Gotta be the clock.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
No, that's wrong! No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks
I
inside
like
the
this.
funhouse.
I'm on a roll today. I swear I didn't cheat.
That's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
Oh, thank God. I always confuse this with Hangman. That Hajime and the others misunderstood time in the. Time out. Okay. What? Oh my God. Like I'm on X Games mode. I jumped through it. Which clock was tampered with? The buildings. I understand this. Which house had the wrong time? Grape. No, it should be both houses, I'm pretty sure. I think it was Grape. We'll see.
It's all coming together! You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
Unless they all had the
But
wrong
what
time.
if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
Just seeing us what the Christmas dinner table was looking like.
If the time in the building
Oh my
was all
God.
messed up,
Must have been pretty tense, Matt.
then we can only rely.
Oh, what the hell? I'm being helped by two different people. It was pretty cool. Accusing each other of murder. I'm in the middle of tech support with Nintendo. Because someone from Chile logged into my account and now I can't play my games offline.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be? In our time.
Yeah, it's
Are
really
there any clues
obnoxious.
that can be used
I
to
think that
narrow
happened to
down?
Nick too.
If only I heard the sound when he fell.
Oh, we did.
It-
Someone heard the sound. 5:30.
Or his scream.
He's not the type to let out a
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough, we would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that. If does not exist in this world.
If the time in the building was off, then we can only rely.
The time of death was clearly 7.
The problem is, in our time.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow? If only I heard the sound when he fell.
Yes.
I agree with that. That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling?
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Yeah, okay.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane!
2 hours off.
I see!
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, That means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they could lure out just Nekomaru.
Oh.
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means. I see!
Yeah, dude, I'm just...
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Great Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru.
My Christmas was good, man. Nice and calm. What
His
about you?
radio
What
card
you guys
had
end
the
up doing?
exact time.
That's right.
Visiting family?
In doing so, the killer
Did you
was
get any
able
cool
to
gifts?
lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Then, when I witnessed
Hopefully Santa
Nekomaru
gave you
early in
a
the
consistent
morning,
schedule for Christmas.
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m.
That's what I need to.
And
I
if
should
that
ask for
time
that.
was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that
Lots
time,
of cat
he was
dad
heading over
related
to
stuff.
Monokuma Tai
Okay.
Chi, right on schedule.
Did you get bigger, like,
I see.
what is that sweater?
Now
Like
that
the
I think
kangaroo
about it,
pouch you got?
I realized what
Or
Monokuma meant when he said those words.
I fooled you.
Too early. He didn't even
For,
ask you yet.
not Harmony, Xeno.
When you said everyone,
Cat dad
you were
related stuff.
including
That's
us,
interesting.
right? We thought
I'm
we
trying
came
to
to the
think.
tower
Like,
on
the
time.
only thing that comes to
but
my
in
mind
truth,
is like an
It
apron.
was way
Cooking
past the
apron.
meeting time.
I feel like a cat dad would
jeez,
wear like an
that's-
apron
well,
when they're making the
How
cat
should I
food.
put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot.
What is-
Are you talking about... Wrong! Too bad! That's not it! That's...
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery.
I
Now
cannot
that we
stand that
found out
dialogue
how
anymore.
the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects
Cat
has
decor?
drastically
Okay.
decreased.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Just press the wrong
Hey,
buttons.
why would that decrease the number of...
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an
Sonya.
alibi at that time?
Right?
I remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Gundam?
Who is it? Who's the bastard?
It has to be Gundam. It's either Gundam or Sonya.
Crap!
Alright, so then I'm gonna say Sonya.
Crap!
Okay. The Nagito? No way.
You're the only one!
There's no way.
The one who wasn't there.
We actually gonna
It's
get rid
you,
of him?
right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagito wasn't there.
But I picked myself.
It was just me, Gundam,
Honestly,
and
I can
Fuyuhiko.
see that happening for one.
You didn't come out,
It
even though
hasn't
the alarm was
happened to me
going
yet,
off like
but I can see
crazy.
that being one thing.
You weren't in your room, were you?
I could be sussed out. I'm sure I've been
That's
sussed
the
out
case,
before.
where were you?
I should try picking myself, actually. That would have been a good
Please,
idea.
say something!
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
I'll pick it
If I
next
may
time.
be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it.
To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too. I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it, but... It wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Oh god. This is the hangman. Oh my god. This one I might just have to look up, honestly, or start guessing. That doesn't even show me the question. Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki didn't hear the rumbling. What do they all have in common? This Nintendo support's really being obnoxious. I honestly have no clue. I'm just gonna start guessing. Del... Delo... Delu... Okay, what the hell's going on? Deluxe room. Oh. Now, how would I have been able to guess that normally? They just, they got you. Like, you really expect you to, like, throw it out like that. Whatever. I'll take the hits. Yo, what's up, Z?
I got it!
How's it hanging?
Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The three of you were staying
Trying
in deluxe rooms, right?
Debug my Switch right now.
If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
They sucked. Oh no, why? I'm sorry, I'm going back and forth in Nintendo support. Yeah, dude, somebody from Chile hacked into my account. I guess my day isn't so bad as yours. I don't know, man. I just want to be able to play my games without the internet. But if it means having to wage war on Chile, then I will. I wonder if it's because they're actually from Chile or they're using like a spoofer, like a VPN. Because that's really odd. Because no, but last time I checked, Chile is like on fire. So they probably have a lot more things to worry about than
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise.
Pretty sure it's like they're going through a revolution right now.
It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation.
Might be out of
I
whack.
actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent? Now then, you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Oh, hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Decisive factor?
Among Us? I'm gonna pick me.
Crap!
There you go, Matt. So, it has to be somebody with, I guess, a crappy room, but how would I know? I'm gonna guess Fuyuhiko.
Crap!
My loins have been saying Kazuichi since the beginning.
Crap!
Gundam?
You're the only one!
Gundam?
That's
There's
what I thought,
something
because he had a
wanna ask
crappy room.
When the alarm
Damn,
rang
I
at the
was
Strawberry
so
House Lounge,
close.
you rushed over there too, right?
I was so close to getting all of his stuff, like maxing out his friendship.
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right?
I remember that.
Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it...
Gundam?
There is only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation.
Simp gets pwned.
Right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko.
Me?
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Mekamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room. Just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Because I was in the lounge.
Damn, I was so close to maxing out his friendship. This
So
sucks.
the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to
I
check
chose
on
the wrong
him, he
friendship.
would have been found out.
That happened to someone else, I'm pretty sure.
That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's
done
why he
that
couldn't
before.
just stay hidden.
Yeah, I hate when I make friends with murderers.
If those two had just checked the deluxe
Sucks.
rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but... How ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge...
I wanna know why couldn't he have just hid? That's a good point. Oh, maybe because... Okay. They were talking about like hiding somewhere else.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say
There's
something?
like this relationship came out of nowhere.
Answer me this. Including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction, how many ears do we possess?
Huh?
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears.
They just him and
Means I
Sonya
have 5
just started
times the
hanging out
hearing
out of
of a
nowhere.
normal human. The soundproof system here may as well
the
not
character in this
exist.
game. I don't
Is that
understand how people
your
like them more than
argument?
the first.
You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence.
I
At the
lost his
time, I
marbles.
left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm. That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it.
Cringe.
We're going to decide who the killer is with
murders
the
is
majority vote
cringe.
anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers. Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it?
Hmm?
At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
Ah! You said opening act again!
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would
Ooh,
have
is this
left
Sonya?
it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
Oh my god, I just got put with another person for this support. What the hell is going on? This is the 3rd person. They just stop answering for a little while and then come back as a new person. I knew I should have I tried calling them and I was on the phone forever. Usually their customer support isn't too bad, I'm pretty sure. I tried chatting them. They said that there was an issue with the chat. I mean, obviously, it's the day after Christmas. Like, fuck, man, why is someone from Chile logging into me? the day after Christmas. So now me trying to get into contact with support is going to be impossible.
The only means of travel between the two houses.
No,
As long as that elevator was broken,
not true.
your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
Was it really?
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
There is
How much
one.
longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already?
These hints suck ass. Sometimes they give you a hint, and then other times it's just like motivational speaking. Like, that does nothing for me. So Fumihiko's account's no good. Wall clock.
The only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
Okay. Or was it?
if the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do
There is
you
a
plan to
secret
lecture me?
passageway, but that's not an option.
Why don't we stop this already?
Alright, there's one thing I want to try, but if that doesn't work, then I'm lost.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator broken at Grape House.
if the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Damn it!
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that your assumption
Plus, the elevator broken at Grape House.
if the killer cannot
Since I was at there's no question that
It would have been different.
Or if there was a secret pass.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop?
What's up, Cardi? How's it going? Trying to get my Switch fixed, man. Open to the Switch. Someone from fucking Chile logged into my account, and now I changed my password, and I can't play my games offline though, and it's really annoying me. really annoying me. Oh, I hope you feel better, Z. Sorry you're feeling crappy. At least you can play your games. Hopefully you can enjoy them even if you're offline and not connected to the internet. Because some asshole from Chile didn't log into your account. Ugh. I'm scared. Oh my god, yeah, double check. Couldn't even thought about that. Like there's I'll show you guys the mechanics.
The only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption.
There is a contradiction here, and it does make sense.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry
this
House,
mechanic
Since I
is
was
just
a
so
kid, there's
insane.
no question that
This
the
mechanic
following
makes
It would have
so
been
much
different if they
tougher.
hadn't accomplished.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
So what I just did was absorb one statement, and you can shoot that statement at someone else to create like a contradiction. So it's like another bullet. So sometimes you have to make
How
your
much
own
longer
bullet,
do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we
which
stop
I
this
understand, but it's so annoying because I never think about it. Yeah, honestly, Akko, this whole game doesn't make sense.
That elevator was the only means of travel between.
No, that's wrong!
So like I understand this one, but
No, there should have been another way to move between the two
you
houses
don't
without the
you don't
elevator.
absorb it enough, so it just doesn't work.
Such a method does not exist.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually
How
used
was your
that
day,
method?
Akko? What's going on? But that's my opinion. This is obnoxious. That is my opinion.
You're the only one!
Your Honor,
Nagito, you should
the
know.
defendant simply made it up.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right? There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I'm going back to work tomorrow as well, and then I'm
Jeez.
working until
Once
Friday.
again, I let the
And I'll have that
reserve
next
force
Monday
show
off
up.
for New Year's.
But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the octagon.
I know some
which is
people
on-
who are just off the whole week.
After I opened the door and went down. Surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma
You took
archive,
Friday?
which is on the
I'm
third
surprised,
floor
man.
of
Good for
Grape
you.
House.
Good for you that they let you.
Meaning
My
the
job
third
follows
floor
that
and the
blackout
fourth
period.
floor are
I mean,
actually
technically they
connected.
follow it, but I don't think they're going to be a hard
Plus,
ass about
once
it.
you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
I want to save
However,
my
what if
days.
the
I
killer
want to
was
use them.
unaware of the
go
existence
to
of the
Japan.
final dead room?
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
Yeah, this guy threw out
There's
like
no way I can stop.
an anime move.
What did you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
I don't know how to beat him here.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your
Jesus
decayed
Christ.
illusion.
This
Shall I
is like-
feed you to the progeny of vile deities? Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Okay, I do understand this.
I already proved a secret
A twerking TikTok dance. That's a new one. Um, that's fucking killing me.
The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light.
By providing the evidence that the killer went to the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't, at least pray to the
God
key
damn
which
it.
dwells in the light.
Oh my god.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the mail, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light.
By providing the evidence that the killer went to the Octagon, these don't know this works. The wire? Oh. Yeah, where the hell did
Know
they
the
get wire
limits of
from?
your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of...
Allow me to cut through those words.
I didn't even think about that. Where's he gonna get the wire from?
Used to string up Nekomaru's body. The hammer that looked like the weapon. And the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the Octagon. There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end. Normally, we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case. But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now.
Hey, what are you...
First of all, by messing with all the clocks in
Oh
the
my
building,
God.
Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru.
I still
the
am not
elevator
convinced
was
that
probably
Gundam
broken
did it.
by that point. Thanks to that, Nekomaru
He's
wasn't able
listening
to go
to
to
me
Grape
too,
Tower,
not even
which
chat,
was
just
supposed
me.
to be the meetup point.
Wrap
So he
it up.
tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to
gracious.
enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting
Yeah,
for Nekomaru's arrival.
There was a whole drama that happened with
Hold on.
Nagito.
If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And, without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
Happened.
I'm going to continue summarizing
basically-
the case, okay?
Long story short, he went into like
Through
this
this,
puzzle.
Gundam
This huge
successfully
puzzle.
lured Nekomaru to
And he
Strawberry
learned
Tower.
something very important
There's no way he
about
could fight
the,
head-on with the robotic
the
Nekomaru.
situation.
So by pressing the goodnight button,
So now
he
he probably
rendered
thinks he's
Nekomaru
better than everyone.
powerless without fighting it.
because he solved this big
Hold
puzzle.
on! What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
He has a good voice actor, but I'm
Why
very
are you
disappointed.
angry all of a sudden?
I was so close to maxing out this friendship.
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot
Oh man, that sucks. I really blue balled him there. Looks like he won't be able to finish after all. Give me 1 second. I'm playing around with my Switch. Yeah, it looks like he will not be finishing at all. Relatable. Is this my Wi-Fi? This isn't my Wi-Fi. Oh. Okay, so I can play my game here. We should get Armor Core 6. I'm thinking about it. Definitely thinking about it. We'll see where I'm at in terms of all the games I have to play, because I don't want it to just sit there after I spend money on it. I'm gonna try connecting to the shop. I'm not too convinced on this case, though. I don't know, I feel like it's not obvious enough that Gundam did it. Yeah, I hear the games have awesome music. Okay, so I have access to my account here. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I'm gonna log off. I'm gonna turn off the internet. This is insane. It's very frustrating. So I'm offline. I'm not connected to the internet. Oh, it works. Obnoxious. How obnoxious. Whatever, man. Let's just wrap this trial up. Guys, guilty.
What do you...
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions!
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
You can send your little
It's
hamsters
not
after
easy to
him.
get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Just as I thought. Truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument. It was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Gundam.
You have 4 hamsters.
Who's wrong?
You have 4 little hamsters.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
He is the sus. He is. Although I don't quite understand why. Honestly. I don't really understand why.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! For the Tanaka Empire! It's Nekomaru's back. Do you really think I can get behind him so easily?
This is the end!
Yep.
Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you have the power of the hamsters you keep with you!
Ah man, this guy is Spanish. I knew it.
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of
They
Nekomaru's
gave
neck?
me Spanish support members this
Of course
entire
it'd be
time
impossible
because
for a
he used a
normal
question
hamster,
mark
But it would have been
upside
possible
down.
for Gundams.
That was a dead towel.
In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
It was 100% the hamsters. They can press buttons on their own. They most certainly can press them on a hamster.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right?
I wish we could blame the hamsters, but fortunately,
With your friends and their
we have
exceptionally
to
smart
blame
brains,
the people
it
who buy
must have
them
been possible
over and over
to
again.
secretly get one of them behind Nekomaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own 2 hands.
Alrighty. We are done, folks. Okay. He done did it. I love this one. This guy's so devious. This one's tough. This one's tough. I don't know why the main character is asleep and you what? At what? Over Nagito? I think I was asleep just because I was asleep. Oh, I took over? Because the houses, we switched to his perspective so we can, because the houses were separate for a little bit.
Here's everything that happened in this case. Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime.
Definitely gonna put in a bad survey here.
First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours.
No, I'm not an ultimate anything. That's what Nagito found out when we took over him.
Additionally, in
I'm
order
only
to
here
secure an
because
alibi, the
I
killer
was like
went
a
to the
backup.
Strawberry House lounge
Basically I paid to get into this
and
school.
set the wall clock's alarm
There's nothing
to
special
5:30
about me.
a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building.
Yeah, he has the main character syndrome. I'm just gonna let this play for you guys.
On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower. So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck. This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing
So
to
sad,
use the
dude. I
ultimate
was
weapon.
one away from getting Gundam's like friendship maxed out.
First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's
And it's
chest
not like
to
I'm gonna come back
7:30
and play
a.m.
this
so he'd
game
wake up.
to get the rest of the trophies. So it's just annoying.
Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep
100%.
us
Yeah,
from
some
discovering
people
the secret of the
play
building
this game
structure
multiple
that they
times.
used
And
to
I don't
kill
understand how you
Nekomaru.
can do that. Besides, like, to just talk to everybody. I don't get what is. You already know how the story ends. Why would you want to replay it?
Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower.
For the content.
When
You
that
just look
happened,
that stuff
the elevator-like
online.
floor
You
of the
wanna be a
tower
real
began
freak.
descending.
Yeah, this part it's pretty
And
fun to do.
Nekomaru's
I
body
guess,
was still
but you gotta, like,
inside,
go through
dangling
so much
upside
crap
down in midair from the wire.
before you can get to this.
The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful. And placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob. But because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor.
Bonked his noodle.
He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room.
Gundam was assigned the deluxe room, so
They
he
also
shouldn't have
wouldn't have
heard
been
it.
able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
See, this part makes sense. I can't wait to hear Sonya and Kazuichi's dialogue for the rest of the game.
That
Must
someone
be
is
totally
Gundam
cringy.
Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Splendid. That was
Honestly, the punishments are
splendid.
kind of
For a
lame.
mere human, you did
The one with
quite well.
Peko was pretty good.
Stop. Stop it already.
Stop.
Using weird words to avoid the truth.
Oh, stop.
I'll
Oh.
friggin' kill you myself!
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe. You killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for
Yeah, the
Gundam
baseball one was
Tanaka!
pretty rough.
My
That game had
beloved
some other ones
deadly
too.
foes, let the voting time begin!
Alright, I like this guy. Nice and simple. Actually, I feel like I did pretty good on this case. Like I did decent. Always the hangman. Hangman's Gambit always gets me. 'Cause I hate it. It's just a stupid mini game.
This result isn't all that exciting. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the... Please? Crap! I bit my tongue at the...
Let's see it.
Yahoo! Yaha! Nice!
Now then.
We can't finish until we hear from Gundam. Frankly, I don't care. So, I agree with Nagito here.
Fall, my tears. Listen well! How pitiful. Fine.
Damn it!
This, too, must be the will of causality.
You.
Damn, they straight up fought?
Let's make history.
That is...
I respect that he was ready to go.
Let me tell you this.
Huh?
I can see it!
Could it be?
Oof.
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
This scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this.
Badass.
This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
That's a great line.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
Like a true Yakuza would.
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might. I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
That is...
They were just going at it. I respect that. It's real beef.
Let me tell you this. You weakling!
Yeah, man, I'm really salty that I was so close to maxing out his friendship. Very, very salty.
If you flinch, you will die!
I think it was, and you know what? Too, I gave him an
Let me
object.
ask.
I think I gave him a gift that he didn't like. So imagine if he just liked it.
Fine. Listen well. I shall engulf this world. I renounce you!
Loki a Chad.
You.
Loki a Chad.
But
Damn it.
Fine. Fall, my tear.
Oh. You...
Let's make history.
Well?
My name is Gundam Tanaka!
Is this the trial? Well, what's left of it, yeah.
Fade like dust in the wind.
Very, very disappointed that it had to be him.
Yes, indeed.
Please wait!
Oh my god, give me a break.
Huh?
Really, all of a sudden you fall in love with this
I
guy?
beg of you.
in less than one chapter.
How
Give me
pitiful.
a big break.
Fine. What is it, my four dark devas of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction, that is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness.
I was so close to maxing out his friendship.
Until the very end. Pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Let's give it everything!
I like his voice actor. He did a really good job. Did a very good job. By the way, Nick, I figured out my issue. I was able to get it sorted out with Nintendo, but they gave me a super hard time. Oh my god, Fullmetal Alchemist? What is this? Can we eat his hamsters now? Should have been able to eat the hamsters. Is it a JoJo reference? It might actually be.
Damn it. Damn it! The worst.
Made in heaven.
Oh,
Alrighty.
you are right. You are right.
Oh man, this is crazy when you think about how many people we started with. Like who's left to die, man? We still have like 2 trials.
Hey!
Wait!
Oh, that's pretty sick. I didn't watch Odd Taxi. I played Monster Hunter in English, but he's pretty fitting for.
Now then.
I mean, I played in Japanese, not English. Jujutsu Kaisen. I wonder what character he was. Maybe Panda, or
Hey, hey!
the other guy, Tojo.
It's not like that.
Muhammad Abdul, that's funny. I watched mine in Japanese. He totally fits those characters. Kiyotaka Ichichi.
Hey. Right?
Oh, I barely remember this guy. Interesting. What'd you miss? The whole ass trial. Gundam fought the robot and killed him because he turned off his button, basically threw him off a cliff. He murdered him just because he didn't want to starve to death. Do robots even eat? No, they don't. So he could have survived. Oh.
Well,
juicy. It's juicy info.
damn it.
I'm the true
It's
sus.
obvious.
I don't think so, but this is some good info.
Monokuma appears!
Now then.
What's this? What's the matter? Hmm?
Well.
Hello.
Hey.
Hmm? Say what?
You don't even know? Isn't that right?
Of course.
But...
Who knows?
Hey.
Hmm?
Well... Right?
Hmm? You're getting all riled up! No! Shing! Huh?
Hey.
Yep.
Right?
No! Oh no! Unbelievable.
Well,
Hmm.
you're right. Huh?
Like...
They keep teasing me, man, about the main character from the first game.
Wow.
Say what?
It
You
could be
don't
him.
know?
I don't know yet. Hmm.
Hey,
Hmm.
see? Hey,
That's...
So juicy. They ask a lot of questions that don't get answered. And that's probably my beef with this game.
Danganronpa.
Juicy, juicy, juicy. I'm out of here, fellas. I'm going to make sure my Switch is working again. I'm gonna turn on two-factor authentication, and I got a new camera, so I can run a two-camera setup now. So that's gonna be a new, exciting idea, right? Something new. Do we have someone to raid? There's also another thing I wanted to bring up, as um I did get Pokemon Violet. So I'm thinking, how am I gonna do that? Because I do actually want to play it. I want to stream it. So I need ideas on how I'm supposed to juggle that and this. So if you're so inclined, feel free to let me know here. You know how we can try to work this out. You got Violet too? Yeah, dude, I didn't even get to ask you how your Christmas was. I'll just DM you. I'll DM you. I'm just gonna rate Joey. He's playing Sonic Adventure 2. I guess that's his new main squeeze. So I wanna do this, and um I wanna do this Danganronpa game and Pokemon. I'll figure out how to do it. Maybe I got to pick up another day streaming. That's fine. But I like the pace that I'm going at. But definitely can finish Danganronpa close to New Year. Not before the end of the year, but close to it. I think that's all I got. Maybe I'll get on tomorrow. Then we'll do Pokemon. Maybe it's Maybelline.